Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Marcus, aka QuickDraw7777. And guys, gonna do something a little different today. It's gonna be brief, but it should be efficient. A good buddy of mine, Graffin226, this one's for you. It is gonna be a quick tutorial on how to use and navigate Shaurken's MSU randomizer. This randomizer is a program that allows you to randomize the music that's in game, okay? Again, this is all under the premise that you're familiar with Beyond Chaos. You know how to download seeds. You're familiar with all that type of stuff, that software. All right. What I'm going to do with this quick stream, though, is I'm going to convert this into a YouTube video, and I'm going to edit it so I can properly point you into the things I'm talking about, like specific websites, certain rules and regulations regarding getting the MSU to function properly. But without further ado, let's begin. I should be concise enough in this Twitch, like in this stream alone, where you guys should be able to get the premise of what's going on. Okay, so if you're going to use MSU, the first thing you got to do above all else, again, we're running under the premise that you already have BC, so you already can download seeds. All right. If not, I suggest you get that first before you do anything, because without that, you're not going anywhere. Okay, so let's start on up. The first thing you're going to do is download the MSU program. You're like, well, gee, where do I find that? Luckily for you lads, I've already saved that. Boom, right there. We're going to zoom in on that when I edit, but it's this website right here that will lead you to it. github.com/Shaurrken/MSU1 randomizer released 13.1. You're going to download all of this stuff here. Okay. Once you do that, you know, when you find a folder on your desktop, okay, it's going to take you where? It's going to take you to this. I have old MSU. I also downloaded the new one, but we're functioning with the old one. It's easier that way. The new one has new features that maybe people aren't, you know, kind of privy to yet. So with that said, it's going to take you to this. Now, never mind the Neo MSU. That's the new one, okay? This is the compressed file. Like when you download it, when you download from that previous screen I just showed you, it's going to give you this. And you got to, of course, you got to unzip it, you know, and extract. Then you end up getting this. FF6 Music Rando. Double click that. These are all your features in here. All right. Now this looks like the BC Rando. Funny it's like that because it's compatible like that. You can put seeds in there, and that's ultimately this is what you're going to use to finally get that randomization going. But first, let's take attention to these top folders up here. Configs is very important because you go in here, you see you got a Final Fantasy folder and a text document. You're going to dive into the folder. These are very important, okay? These are your music scripts in game. Battle music for when you get in the standard fights, okay? Boss music for when you get in the boss fights. That's individual music separate from standard battle music. Character music. This is when a character is introduced or their theme is playing in the background. Event music. This is like timed events that happen, like when you got to defeat Vargas, okay? When you're trying to escape from the collapsing house in World of Ruin. When you're trying to escape the floating continent. These are considered events, and they have their own little music file. And down below, field, which is the largest one, it's any area that is not subjected to these. When you're traversing the overworld map, the airship music, when you're in a cave, when you're going in the World of Ruin, again, because World of Ruin and World of Balance have two separate musics. And World of Ruin airship and World of Balance airship have two separate musics. All right, things like that. So what you're gonna want to do is you want to get these, copy them. I don't know if they're already in it, but you're gonna back up and go into music categories. Okay, and there they are. They're the folders, same. So basically, what you can do is, you know, go back to configs. Instead of copying all these, just copy this folder. Okay, back out, go to music categories, paste it in here. All right, because these should be here. All right. And when you open these up, these are where you're going to put your files at when you download this music. Hey, Empress Fordola, how you doing there? Just giving a quick tutorial. All right, so let's open this up. This is the battle file. How much music's in there? These are all the potential battle musics that can play. Remember, they're randomized. So every time you make a seed, it's going to randomly select one of these to be your battle music in that seed. All right, each one of them is going to be random. It's going to randomly pick out of all these what your boss music's going to be. Okay? Character music for each individual character, it's going to select from these. All right. From events, it's going to individually select from these, and there's quite a few of them there. And same with field music. I mean, I got a lot because field is a lot of different, music. So, and it's going to be the music you listen to the majority of the game because you're going to be doing a lot of traveling in Final Fantasy. All right. So out of all these, it'll select each one, World of Balance walking, World of Balance airship, World of Ruin walking overworld map, World of Ruin traveling airship overworld map, exploring, Exploring empty cults, okay? Exploring Zozo. Remember, Zozo's got its own theme music. Exploring Cave to the Sealed Gate. That's got its own music, all right? And it's going to randomly pick one for each of those, okay? In a new version, which, again, I probably might do a tutorial on that next when I get the hang of it myself. But you can actually control where all the music goes. You can pick. It's like, I want this track to be played at the Cave to the Sealed Gate. And it'll have a slot for you to put it there. And it'll make sure that it plays there. Rems put me onto it. I like the random aspect because it's kind of like a kid opening gifts on Christmas. Like, you never know what you're going to get. So I always stick with the random. All right, but back to it. Okay, so once you got that there, all right, the second most important folder is this right here. Converter. This is what converts your music files into actual what they call PCMs. Remember, Final Fantasy runs off of PCM music. If you put a normal MP3 or a WAV or an MP4 in there, it will not work. You got to convert it to a PCM, and I'm going to do that right now. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. All right. I already got Bubble Crab Stage from Mega Man X. Okay. I'm actually going to download this again, and since I have a special program called Real Player allows me to download things from YouTube. Okay, so I can just download my own music from YouTube. Type in the music you want to play, and you see this little tab up here. It's the Real Player tab. I click that, download this video. There you go, boom. Don't care about that too much. Do not index any of my videos, okay? And you can see it's downloading right there. This is actually music. It's an OST to Mega Man X2. Bubble Crab, I think, is the villain. So we're downloading that. Yeah, no MP3s, just PCM. Yo, how you doing, Sar? What's going on, fam? So guys are waiting for that to download. All right. Again, I got a fairly long one. This is a 30-minute extension. So it's not the original track, which is what, about 1 minute and 42 seconds? This is 30 minutes of it going because, again, I don't want it to keep looping back. I don't want it to just stop, wait a while, and then play again. I'd rather the music stays continuous. Now, here's my other option. Again, you can get your MP3s any way you want, as long as you can get MP3 files. I don't know if it works with WAV or MP4, but I know for a fact MP3s, all of mine are MP3 files. Again, any way you can grab them will be good. Convert to MP3. Boom. Now, again, this is 30 minutes of a track, so it's going to take a while. 54 megabytes. Jesus. I'm going to be doing a little bit of DayZ after this. And then after how I'm feeling with that, I might continue with the World of Ruin. I might. Sunday is going to be World of Ruin for sure, though. Continue that. I also have to put the belts on the line for the guys. They might want revenge for that Mario Kart fiasco. Link to the music random. Yes, Fordola, that's going to be... Because what I'm going to do here... I'm going to save this video on Twitch. Then I'm going to edit it. And I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. And on that channel, I'm going to have the website down in the description. And I'm also going to show it on screen. I'm going to edit it so that it's seen. I'm going to zoom in on it. Things like that. This is just a nice little base to get our feet wet. Okay, boys. Now it's converted to MP3. I'm going to open Real Player. What do we got here? There it is. Bubble Crab Stage Mega Man. Okay. I'm going to pull that out here to my desktop. Boom. There it is. We're going to drop Real Player. Boom. Get it out of the way. We're going to drop this little side piece too. The Real Player little tab there. Boom. Out of the way. In fact, I don't need any of this anymore. Let's just go back to that rando. Remember that converter we talked about? Yeah. We're going to have to put that there. So let's slide this into this folder here. There you see it sitting. Okay. Now we're going to go up to the converter. Well, actually, no. What you do is you put it in there, in that converter. Boom. Double click converter. So now you put it back in this file. Never mind all of these. Okay. All this stuff is needed, but just don't touch it. So what you do is you put this in the music file and then open a converter there. And you see that converter, this right here? When you double click this, what it's going to do is going to automatically convert all the music, all the MP3s you have in here. It's just this one, but if I had say like 10 or 15 or 20, it would automatically convert all of those in the PCMs. See guys, you see when you scroll over, what type of file is it? MP3 file. Converter, double click. And there it is, boys, converting. Just don't touch anything, just let it finish. Let it do its magic. And it's done, okay? X that out. When you go back in here now, you got two. This one's WAV file. Okay, cool. And this is the MP3 file. Now, where'd that PCM go? Where'd that disappear off to now? Okay. That's quite odd. I think because it's so long of a file, I think, yeah, it's probably way too long. So you know what I'm gonna do, guys? Yeah, because it doesn't have the PCM here. It has the MP3. The WAV naturally shows up here. So I'm gonna delete those. Maybe I made a mistake with that. All right, let me download something else. I'm going to go for the same bubble crab thing, but instead, I'm going to do the original, which is what? 1:55. Same steps again. That's my fault, guys. I should have known better than to download that freaking 30-minute video. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, way too much. I agree. Okay, so there it is. Convert to MP3. Boom, it's done. All right, let's X back out. We know where to find this. Let's go back to Real Player again. Open that back up. There it is. Take that out. X that out. Just get this stuff out of the way. Let's go back down to business. Up in that music file. Boom, like that. Double click. There it is. You confirmed it's in there. Let's do the converter. It should work this time. It should. There it is. Boom. Now look at that middle file. You notice it doesn't have the same icon, but it's a PCM. So that was the problem. It was way too big of a file. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take this PCM. You're going to drag this out so you can have it on your desktop for free. It makes it easier to manipulate with the things you're going to do next. Just pull that out. I don't particularly need these two. I could just dump these. I'm going to, erase them. Put in my recycling bin. We're going to go back. Okay. Back. Music categories. We're going to go in here. Double click. All these have my PCMs in them. Okay. Now, this track to me feels like a field track. It's something I could listen to walking around the overworld map, traversing the world of ruin, exploring caves, whatever the case may be. I don't think it's a good boss thing. It's a very easy, mellow theme, okay? Doesn't make good for battle, doesn't make good for boss, in my honest opinion. So what I'm going to do is open up field. And I'm just going to drag that right in there. Boom, move the field. Now that's in there, okay? And that's how you convert your MP3s into PCMs. Just like that. Now, guys, there is a minimum amount for each one of these. You can't just put 1 or 2 in each one of these and call it a day. When you first get this, when you first download this and you click into these, it's going to show you the vanilla games soundtracks that are in here. Make note of that, because you need that exact amount or more in order for the files to work. So say in the boss one, there's like about 5. If I can't come up with 5 new tracks minimum, it will not work. I have to have 5 or more. For a character, how many characters are there? Let's say, 14? I have to come up with 14 or more different tracks. It's got to be equal or greater. If you can't come up with the same amount of tracks for that particular one, it won't work. Simple as that, fellas. I can't stress that enough. I'm actually going to put that in big red letters when I edit this video. I'm going to make sure you guys get that drilled home. Okay, so with all these, I just have so many tracks that I'm well above the limit for each category. I mean, look at that. That's way too much boss music. But again, the higher, you know what I'm saying, the more the quantity, the better the variety. And the better the randomization. Alright, so now that, okay, let's say, you know, in this world, we've already got all of our tracks. So now you're going to back away. This music is here. It's ready to go. How do I get this into a seed? Well, here you go. You notice, again, as I said earlier, this is the same. It looks the same as the randomizer, okay? When you go to pick a seed or create one, it's got this same application file here. Same icon and all, this Python icon. So what we're going to do now, I've already made a seed for this purpose, just to make an example of it. What we're going to do is I'm going to double click this. It's going to open up much like the BC one. It says, please drag your ROM into this window. This is the seed I created. This is the ROM of it. I'm just going to drag it into that window. Boom. Hit enter. Please select what type of randomizer you would like. I never do categorized because I think there's some type of bug with it with this version. I'm not sure about that, but I've always been doing chaos. So obviously number 2, chaos. I'm going to press 2, hit enter. Put that ROM back in. Wow, I had to press 1. I'm an idiot. I had to press 1. That's the whole thing, guys. Never mind that. I pressed 2, and that's what prompted that message to come up. I pressed 1, and this is what you should get. It automatically just puts them all in, okay? And then, would you like to apply an IPS patch to your ROM? Yes. Okay. And there it is. Boom. Press enter to quit. That's all it was. It says there that number 2 is chaos, but you got to press 1. Yeah, so it's kind of like, it's a text, you know what I'm saying? A typo, pretty much. Hey, quick. First thing I hear is, I'm an idiot. Well. How you doing, Nocturne? Good to see you. I mean, would you know what I'm saying, consider anything less at this point? Yo, 514, how you doing? Remember that from the late 90s. That's back in the day. And good to know it still has some function here. So, guys, despite those 2 hiccups, what's going to happen is I probably might edit that out, all right, when I put the video in. And I just showed you how to not only get the randomizer, but also configure it to your liking, and also download, you know what I'm saying, create seeds that are MSU now, MSU rando. So it's not going to be the vanilla music anymore. It's going to be all the music that you've accumulated and put into these folders. Guys, I'm going to say it again. I can't stress enough. All right, when you're checking these music category folders out, make sure you have equal or more than what the vanilla has. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck. It's not going to work. In fact, I would go into each one and write the number. So we're currently in battle. And let's just say, hypothetically, battle has 10 tracks. I would write down on a piece of paper, I'd type battle 10 plus, which means I got to have 10 or more. Go on down. Boom. Go to boss. Boss has about 4 tracks. I would write down boss and then write 4 plus next to that. I need 4 more songs. We can fix that in post. Yeah, that's the only thing stopping me from doing this. Fair enough. All right, guys, that's going to do it for that. I just want to show Graffin because he wants to get back on the front lines. Graffin226 is definitely one of the OGs that used to be in the trenches. The trenches have been really poor to him. It's kind of comical stuff seeing him get screwed over. You know, he gets it worse than I do. And he wants to get back to it. And he wanted a music rando. So this video is for him. But I figured he wanted to link up on Discord and do a little something. But I figured, you know, a little light bulb went off my head. Ding! You know, I'm like, you know what? Why don't I make a video? The video will last far longer than that little Discord call, you know? And if anybody has that question, I can go to, you know, just see this video. And I can put that in a link in my chat. And they can go to it and voila. Information right there. I've also done a how to make your own sprites quick tutorial. Quick, you know, little brusher tutorials. Not as detailed as Ryan B's. And it's under the premise that you already have your BC and all that stuff. But it does get the job done. Yeah, a little light bulb. Ding! All right, guys, with that, let's peel on out of here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this down, and I'm going to continue on DayZ. I know that's not some of you guys' favorite game, but I am starting to get a liking to it. I'm starting to get more action the more I play. So it's not just, you know, me running around, looting things, and just killing zombies here and there. I'm actually starting to interact with players now. And that dynamic, it's kind of interesting. In my last stream, I actually killed a guy. He was throwing blows at me from behind, and he didn't know that I had a little handgun on me, a U-70. And, of course, I got some distance. I pulled out the gun, and I let him have it. Of course, the noise of those gunshots alerted every zombie in town, and I had about 20 zombies on me. My light bulbs don't do ding sounds. Neither do mine. Maybe you got a burnt bulb, bub. I guess we don't have Quick's, quote, special attributes. They really are special, and not in the best way. But, guys, I'm going to dip on out. Literally give me about, 5 minutes. I'll be back up streaming DayZ. Just had to do this for somebody. How you doing, Zap? Yo, Zap, stick with me for a little minute, player. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. This is QuickDraw7777 signing out, and I'll see you the next one, boys. Peace!